Now on WECT News at 11.
As a practicing Catholic, as a man who writes about the Catholic Church, I am very, very encouraged.
Pope prays Catholics across the world tonight are welcoming their new leader. Hear why one local author on Catholicism is giving his blessings. Missing driver found. The search is over for a man who flipped his van and vanished. Find out where he was found.
Old man winter making a return to southeastern North Carolina. Have the forecast coming up. WCT News at 11 starts now.
In high definition, where news comes first. This is WECT News at 11.
We have team coverage of Pope Francis' election tonight. Let's go now to Jay Gray, live in Rome.
Hey there, we are in the early morning hours here in Rome, the day after what was an amazing and historic night in St. Peter's Square.
I was hoping it would be white because I've waited here all day, and it was, and this was amazing.
We love it. It was a special night. It was so emotional.
Buonasera.
He was not the man that most had talked about leading into this conclave, but he was the leader who emerged. Argentinian Cardinal Jorge Mario Bergoglio, introduced to the world as Pope Francis I.
God said to St. Francis, rebuild my church. And one of the wonderful things about Cardinal Bergoglio choosing the name Francis is that he's really pointing us toward this renewal.
But rebuilding the Catholic Church right now will be a difficult task, plagued by controversy, allegations of corruption, and the ongoing sexual abuse scandal, and a decline in active parishioners. Speaking for the first time as Pope, Francis I asked the faithful gathered in St. Peter's Square for a moment of silence to pray for him.
He knelt down, he asked for the crowd's blessing. We saw him pray along with the crowd. It was a sign of humility, it was a sign that holiness is the most important thing here.
Bergoglio showed that same humility as a cardinal, living in a sparse apartment instead of the official residence, cooking his own meals, and refusing a chauffeur, riding the city bus instead. And as he left St. Peter's as the new pope, cardinals say he stayed true to the tenets that have marked a life of service.
As the last bus pulls up, guess who gets off the bus? Pope Francis. So I guess he told the driver, that's okay, I'll just go with the guys in the bus. So he's a wonderfully simple man.
With a very difficult job ahead. Now, there will be another incredible moment in history on Thursday when Pope Francis I travels to Castel Gandolfo to spend some time with Pope Emeritus Benedict. It's the first time in more than 600 years there's even been the possibility of two popes meeting face to face. That's the latest live here in Rome. I'm Jay Gray. Now back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Jay. Continuing our team coverage now, WECT's Ashley Kazakowski is live outside St. Mark's Church in Wilmington with reaction from one of the country's most respected religious writers who happens to live right here in Wilmington. Ashley?
Well, that's right. Paul Wilkes, he's written several books about Catholicism, about his journey as a Catholic. He is applauding this decision tonight. He says it marks a break for the Catholic Church. Now, we talked to Wilkes earlier today at his home in Wilmington. He says the new pope is different from the past two popes. John Paul II was a showman, and Benedict XVI was an introvert. Pope Francis is a Jesuit, which Wilkes says means he's a thinker. And for Wilkes, he expects that will lead to more discussion inside the church about ideas that are considered to be controversial, like having women as priests or taking of communion by those who are divorced. Now, I asked Wilkes about what this means when it comes to the church's recent sex scandal involving children. Here's what he had to say.
I think this has a great to do with leading the church in the new direction. I don't think we can get rid of the sins of the past. I think we still have to be contrite about them. But I think what it's saying is we're not going to do it the same old way.
Now, Wilkes is also applauding the choice because he says that Pope Francis is an outsider. He is not from Europe, where so many other popes in the past have been from. He also said that even the new pope acknowledged this today, saying that the cardinals had reached to the end of the earth to find him. Reporting live tonight, I'm Ashley Kazakowski, WECT News.
All right, thanks so much, Ashley. A former WECT anchor is also in Rome tonight and got to see the conclave as it happened. Jim Hanchett, my former co-anchor, was in the NBC building when the white smoke came out. He no longer works in news. He works for Indiana University now, but he just happened to be vacationing with his two oldest sons in Rome when history was made. We talked to him on the phone about where he was when it happened.
All of a sudden we looked over and it was white smoke. And so they were on the first floor of it had to be a 5 or a 6 story building. And so all of us raced up 6 flights of stairs, big, wide marble stairs. And we raced up to the top. And from there we could still see the smoke and hear the bells and the crowd cheering. Together, we experienced the moment. And sure, I would be like to be back there to be a reporter for that story. Who wouldn't? But to be a spectator and a witness is really just as good. To be able to share with my family is special.
A lot of you remember Jim. We'll hear more from him later on in this newscast. We do have complete coverage of Pope Francis's election, including local reaction right now on WECT.com. An update right now on the driver who went missing after a crash on River Road earlier this week. Trooper Baxley says they found David Marley Jr. at his home on Horn Road tonight. Baxley says he was injured seriously. Marley told officers he remembers crawling to the side of the road where someone picked him up and brought him home. An anonymous tip led them to his house tonight. Now, troopers say he faces multiple charges, including driving with a revoked license and reckless driving. Just into our newsroom 20 minutes ago, a high-speed car chase on Highway 17 in Brunswick County. According to Brunswick Sheriff's officers, deputies started following the car after it ran through a checkpoint, ultimately using a pit maneuver to stop the driver at Highway 17 and Cumbie Road. The suspect and a deputy are in the hospital to be evaluated. Deputies are still investigating. We'll get you more information just as soon as we have it on air or online, WECT.com. New right now, more Marines and their families could get health care for drinking toxic water at Camp Lejeune. Senator Richard Burr is filing a bill to make more people eligible for health care. If it passes, coverage would go back to 1953. That's 4 years earlier than the law covers right now. The change could make tens of thousands more Marines and their relatives eligible for government health care. Also new tonight, your water bill could be going up. Cape Fear Public Utility Authority may raise rates between $5 to $10 a billing period. The agency says it needs more money for sewer and infrastructure improvements, but several customers are speaking against the increase tonight.
A family with as few as 3 members is going to get stuck paying a higher rate. And keep in mind, too, that they're going to be paying that second-tier rate, but they're not doing anything wrong. They can be conserving water, doing everything they can to conserve water, yet they're being punished with a higher rate.
CFPUA will vote on the changes in April. Coming up, new details on that deadly gas explosion at a restaurant in Kansas City. Tonight, we know what caused it. And a bizarre story tonight from a hotel in Illinois. A dead woman is found on a luggage cart. Find out where she was hidden and who was apparently trying to get her out into the parking lot. First, let's check in with First Alert meteorologist Eric Davis.
Yeah, you better find that heavy winter coat for your morning commute. You are going to need it. Look at these temperatures tomorrow morning. We'll have plenty of sunshine, but that's right, temperatures in the mid-30s when you wake up, and on top of that, a northwesterly breeze dropping the wind chills into the 20s. So a very cold start today. Won't get a lot better here as we head into the afternoon hours. Lots of sunshine, 53 degrees for your high, but hang in there. It looks like some warmer temperatures as we head towards the weekend. We'll have the complete First Alert forecast coming up. Let's take a look at tonight's Powerball numbers. 38, 9, 32, 28, 5. The Powerball is 29. Once again, 38, 9, 32, 28, 5, and the Powerball 29. Good luck.
You're watching WECT News at 11.
All new around the country tonight, a strange death at a hotel in Illinois. A woman is found dead at a Hampton Inn. Police say the husband was pushing his unresponsive wife on a luggage cart through the hotel lobby and into the parking lot. Both were registered guests of the hotel. They recently had a fire at their house, and they had been staying at the Hampton Inn. The coroner is trying to figure out the cause of her death. We now know what caused the explosion at a restaurant in Kansas City, Missouri. The fire and police department say it started in the kitchen and happened when natural gas vapors were accidentally ignited. The report shows the pilot light on the stove and hot water heater were still on when the natural gas ignited. One restaurant employee was killed. Brand new details about a quadruple shooting in upstate New York tonight. Police are still searching for a man accused of killing 4 people and hurting 2 others. They say Kurt Myers shot at the SWAT team and other officers from an abandoned building. His rampage started with a fire in his apartment. Police say he then shot 4 people at a barbershop where he used to be a customer and 2 more at a car wash business. Straight ahead, we're learning more tonight about a senior airman at Seymour Johnson Air Force Base charged tonight in the death of his 15-month-old son. Find out what his friends are saying about him tonight.
This is meteorologist Eric Davis with your First Alert weather.
Hope you had a chance to enjoy the mild temperatures over the last couple of days, at least relatively speaking. We saw a high of 63 degrees in Wilmington after a high yesterday of 71. Now, granted, we had some rain to deal with, of course, yesterday morning, but we did at least enjoy some mild temperatures. But another shot of cold weather's moving in, and we're going to call it tomorrow the return of old man winter. Take a look at the temperatures here over the next couple of hours, sliding from the upper 40s down to about 38 degrees as we head towards 4 a.m. Also know we have a couple of clouds out there right now, but we are expecting clear skies later tonight as drier and colder air continues to work its way into southeastern North Carolina. And I still think a lot of locations by tomorrow morning will be near the freezing mark. So very, very important that you bundle up tomorrow. And on top of that, there's going to be a bit of a northwesterly breeze as well. So please make sure you bundle up and make sure the kids have a couple of layers on as you send them out to the bus stop. Now, we were hoping for some good comet viewing weather tonight, but it really didn't work out. We had some patchy clouds you can see move into southeastern North Carolina. They're really kind of still there as of this hour. I do expect these clouds to begin to break up. And of course, as we've been talking about, a big trough made its way through the area earlier, and behind that trough, another surge of very cold, you could almost call it Arctic air for this time of the year. Snow showers actually flying tonight across western sections of Virginia, West Virginia, and even back into parts of Kentucky. Even a couple of snow showers could be possible in our own North Carolina mountains. There's that trough I was talking about moving right through southeastern North Carolina as we speak. On the backside of this trough, breezy and cold conditions moving into the area, and that's why we're pretty confident that temperatures will be in the 30s when you wake up, and tomorrow's highs only in the low 50s, about 10 to 12 degrees below where we should be for this time of the year. So hour-by-hour forecast has the trough continuing to pull away. As you wake up tomorrow morning, there you can see very close to the freezing mark here in Wilmington. We're forecasting 33. That's what our hour-by-hour model is saying as well. Northwesterly winds increasing tomorrow afternoon. By 2 o'clock, you can see we're struggling to get over the 50-degree mark as that chilly air continues to persist across the area. And I'm afraid it looks like another cold morning as you head towards Friday morning. But here's a high pressure. You can see it's moving into the Tennessee Valley by Friday morning and then beginning to slide to the southeast. By Saturday, though, as the high begins to push its way offshore, remember, clockwise flow around the high, we're going to start to see a shift in the winds, milder conditions across the Tennessee Valley, and that's what's going to begin to move in here. Once this high pushes offshore, we will see a rapid warm-up. In fact, temperatures moving from the lower 30s on Friday morning to near 70, maybe even 71 degrees potentially as we head towards Saturday afternoon. Had a pretty nice sunrise this morning. This is a picture from Denise Bradley sent this one in. Nice sunrise this morning. And remember, we always like to see your pictures. You can send them to pics@wect.com. Also, you can share your pictures on our WECT Facebook page as well. So please do so the next chance you get. 63-44 the numbers for today. Pretty close to where we should be for this time of the year. And a temperature tour across the area showing 47 in Lumberton, 48 degrees in Whiteville, 46 in Oak Island, but all of these temperatures will be in the lower 30s when you wake up tomorrow morning. 33 in Wilmington, clear skies, that breeze out of the northwest, wind chills actually in the 20s when you wake up. Tomorrow, sunny skies, breezy and chilly, your high 53. And the First Alert Planning forecast does show the temperatures going up after another cold start Friday morning. Mostly sunny, 60 on Friday, 71 on Saturday, big time warm up. Sunday, of course, St. Patrick's Day, 68 degrees, and a little bit of unsettled weather next week. I'm going to put some shower chances in. It looks like for Monday and Tuesday, not really organized rain. And of course, Saturday is the big St. Patrick's Day parade in downtown Wilmington. Should be some very good weather for that. Temperatures probably in the 50s and 60s as that parade gets underway.
All right. Thanks so much. Following a story you saw first on WECT, a senior airman is accused of killing his 15-month-old son in Columbus County. We got these pictures from Matthew Thur's estranged wife's Facebook page. He's now charged with voluntary manslaughter. The baby's body was found in a bag on the side of a road in Columbus County. Thur is an airman at the Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. He's being held in custody tonight. We talked to his friend at the air base who says Thur was having trouble taking care of his family. Don't miss her full interview on Carolina in the Morning starting at 5 a.m. The man accused of killing his sister's fiance is now behind bars in Pender County. Vincent Edward Smith Jr. is charged with first-degree murder, accused of killing Donnie Pridgeon Jr. This is video of Smith being taken for fingerprinting. His sister says she was standing next to Pridgeon, her fiance, when Smith shot and killed him. She says she's shocked and devastated and had no idea why it happened. She tells us Donnie loved his children more than anything and would have done anything for them. Her daughter, who didn't want to appear on camera, tells us she can't believe her future stepfather is gone.
I really loved him from the bottom of my heart. And it's like, he's gone. It's like shocking to all of us.
Vincent Smith is in the Pender County Jail tonight without bond. New at 11, you may not be able to get that pre-prom glow. North Carolina's teen tanning bed ban is moving forward in Raleigh. The proposal bans teenagers younger than 18 from using indoor tanning beds. Right now, teens between 14 and 19 years old need their parents' permission first. The bill now goes to the State House for a vote. Also in Raleigh, a push to bring the death penalty back to North Carolina. New Hanover County State Representative Tom Goolsbee supports the bill. He says it'll bring justice to the families whose loved ones were murdered. There are 152 inmates on death row right now, but the state hasn't done an execution in about 7 years because of legal reasons. Several mayors in Brunswick County are trying to save you money. They're fighting against a fire tax proposal that would raise tax rates for people who live on the coast. If it's approved, the county would control the county fire department's budgets. And Sunset Beach's mayor says that is not a good idea.
It's just another clever attempt by government to raise fees and to raise taxes rather than reducing fixed costs and expenses. And that's what the focus should be.
Mayors in Brunswick County say they'll start writing letters to county leaders to fight against that proposal. All right, stay with us. Bob Bonner is up next. Some big awards given out tonight for the UNCW Seahawks. More on that straight ahead.